Morning, everyone out in Rockin' H land. Eric here from Rockin' H Farm Toys, and this morning I am working on a truck that I wanted to share what I'm doing with you so you can learn from what I'm doing here. And what I have for you is a DCP triaxle. It's one of the new ones. These were just released this year. These are really awesome trucks, guys. If you're into T800s, this is new casting, new stuff. It's really cool. You can get these trucks at any one of the dealers in my question and answer, in my Q&A section at www.rockinhfarmtoys.com. I've got a number of dealers that I use there, and they all have these trucks for you. So, have a guy, client in Canada that sent me this truck and wants an end dump on it. He wasn't very particular, just said, Eric, make me an end dump. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to show you how I prepare this truck to put a grain bed on it. So I'm going to mount the camera and we'll get started. Just a moment. Okay, I'm going to adjust things just a little bit here so we can see everything nice and neat. It is morning time, so if you're live here, thanks for joining. Got my coffee to keep things moving along. So, this is the truck, and all my green bed kits, this is what I use. This is a mounting frame that I developed as part of a whole system. The original guy that did some 3D work for me helped create this. This is what the grain bed amounts to, and then my hoist will attach to the whole thing. So once you get it all assembled, it just sets on a truck. It makes it really, really simple. It makes it much easier to put your grain bed on a truck. So the reason this is blue is I had some blue paint I needed to burn up before I paint it black. So it's not ready to go, it's just in process. But nevertheless, as you can see, this is going to set here. Another thing, the reason also, if you'll notice, your grain bed is going to sit high enough to clear your fenders, if only a little bit. So that is another nice reason too. You don't have to add any spacers or shims in there to get your grain bed above your fenders. It'll fit really nice. So what we have to do here, this was sent to me with the fifth wheel plate already removed. So this is already gone and has been ground smooth. I'm not sure how that was accomplished. I normally use a Dremel, but like I said, this was sent to me. I normally do not remove the cab when I prepare a grain bed, or a truck for a grain bed, but this morning I'm going to. So we're going to start by taking off the cab. And for those of you that have watched my tutorials, you'll know that DCP trucks, the cabs usually have one screw that attaches it to the frame. So we're just going to pull that off real quick. And like I said, I normally don't do this for a grain bed, but when I'm preparing a truck anyways for a grain bed. But this cab is, I've never put a grain bed on one of these before, so I'm learning right here, live on camera for you. So the nice thing about me doing all this learning for you is I'm your crash test dummy, and you don't have to make any mistakes. I'll make them for you. So what you're going to have to do to mount this on your truck or your frame is I'm going to cut out all of this die cast right here with a Dremel, which you'll see in a moment. Okay? Dremel is your preferred tool for this process. I like to use this particular blade whenever I'm using my Dremel. This is doesn't shatter as easy as some of the other blades that you can use. I have actually the ones, these right here, they shatter real easy, and I have this. I'm going to use it this morning just because I have it in the tool, and I was using it for something else. But if you have the choice, if you run out of blades, go to www.rockinhfarmtoys.com, go in the resources section. I have a link to this in my Amazon store. Okay, so you can buy these. They're expensive, but they are worth it. They last 10 times longer than the other kind, and they're much safer than the other kind that you can use. So right here, this is the preferred one. Okay, but like I said, this morning we're just going to use what I have in the tool. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that Dremel right inside this frame rail, and we're going to go right along the frame and cut out that die cast. There is the possibility you can leave your fenders on, your tanks, and all that kind of stuff. Leave it all on. Don't take it off just to do this job. There is the possibility, as this die cast heats up, as you're cutting it, there's real possibility that it might warm up and your tanks will kind of melt off a little bit. Don't sweat it, just glue them back on. Okay, it's normal, and it may not happen, but I have had it happen, just so you know. That's one of the byproducts of this job. Okay, whenever I do one of these jobs, I like to take a rag or something and cover what I'm not going to cut, and the reason for that is it just keeps all the junk, the dust, the debris off your die cast, so you don't have to clean it later. It's just something I've done every time I do one of these particular jobs. So at this point, fire it up, start cutting, okay? Ta-da! Now I didn't get all the dust into, you still saw some stuff on there, some junk from the cutting process, but it wasn't that bad. So here, I'll just kind of wipe that clean, get it out of the road. Okay. And then we'll come in here and pick that up. Ta-da, look at that. Now, like I said at the beginning of this tutorial, I have not actually ever messed with one of these T800, so this is brand new for me. So there's a little bit of learning here that I have to do just to make everything fit correctly. You'll see the drive line here is now kind of askew, but this is kind of what we're looking at here. Now, for any Rockin' H bed, if you're going to go and do it the absolutely easiest, simplest way, you'll find a truck that is, and we'll just measure it for fun, 3.5 inches from the back of the cab to the end of the frame, and then this bed will fit, any of my beds using this system will fit a DCP truck without having to cut it. Okay. Now again, as I mentioned at the beginning, and I just want to make sure everyone's clear on this, this is going to be a bit of a custom job because, as you can see, the front of the bed doesn't quite meet the back of the cab. So I'm going to be doing some different work on this one to make everything fit beautifully, and I'm using a styrene bed on this versus a 3D print. So what I'm going to do is make everything work together in a custom fashion, okay? So that is the big difference between this and a standard bed that I would normally put on using this system. So this is going to be a 22-foot bed on this one, and it's going to work really, really well. It's going to look good on this truck. But the long story and short story of it is, if you're going to use Rockin' H bed, or really if you're going to use any of them, this is the system, and this is what you got to do first. You got to clear all this die cast out so you can make your bed, or your hoist function up and down, and away you go. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, If you have any questions, make sure you leave comments in the comment box. I'm always willing to help you however I can, get you the awesome models you want. If you've not subscribed to my newsletter, please do so. Or if you've not liked, shared, or made a comment on one of my videos, I appreciate it because that helps this message get out to more people. And that's what I want to do. I want to help more people make the awesome models that they want. So thank you so much, and we will catch you next time. Bye.